Hello, I'm Michael. Hello, I'm Michael.
Hi, I'm Pepe.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Franny.
And we're the Risky Biscuit Boys.
Yeah, boy.
So if you stumbled upon this recording,
Or one of us told you to watch or listen.
this podcast is probably going to be a waste of your time, honestly. Just going to be us four. It's a real shoot the shit podcast.
Shoot the shit?
Yeah, you never heard the term shoot the shit?
No.
I haven't either.
It's literally what it sounds like. You just set it up and go. There's no real direction.
In my brain, I imagine someone taking a fat dump and then pulling out like a gun and just...
Well, this is
I don't know. Wait, would you put it in yourself? Or would it be someone else's shit? Which one would be worse?
What do you mean?
Like, would you rather have shit on you from someone you know or someone you don't know?
I don't think it fucking matters.
Well, now we're shitting on each other. What's going? I got lost here. I don't know what happened, but I got lost here. When did we start shitting on people?
Pepe.
Well, you said
Yeah,
shoot
I
the
don't know.
shit. So if we shoot shit, which one's worse? Would you rather be shit on someone you know or someone you don't know?
Shit on by somebody we know,
Your
or shit
asshole
on
shooting shit?
Are we being shit on, or are we shitting on somebody?
Am I paying for them to shit on me?
If we really want to, we can pay them. But
If I'm being shit on,
Okay.
I'm not paying that person money.
Well, it's a fetish sometimes.
yo,
people
wait.
like that.
Okay, if someone told you, like, shit on me, how much would you charge?
For me to
Wait.
shit on them?
Yeah,
How much are they willing to pay?
up to like $100.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'd take it. I would.
That I don't know. It just sounds. What if they told you like, okay, I want you to eat corn though?
Oh, I don't. What?
Can we talk about something else?
I don't think it'll come out for like 3 days after.
This is already. We didn't even. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Hi, welcome
We
to the
couldn't. We couldn't go. What? 10 seconds without talking about shitting on people.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty podcast, honestly, so far.
Yeah.
Straight up. Okay.
But it is the first one. I'm not expecting it to be good. Still trying to get a grip on things.
Still trying to get sponsors and
Okay.
you're trying to sponsor us.
Okay.
Currently, our only
Okay.
sponsors are Ricardo's Big Boy Emporium. If you need a big boy, hit up Ricardo. He charges $12 an hour.
Hold on. Let me get the ad read. Can't reach that shelf. Can't lift that TV. Can't move that couch. Well, I think it's about high time you adopted yourself a big boy from Ricardo's Big Boy Emporium.
That sounds like a good big boy.
They have the widest selection of big boys this side of the Mississippi.
On the wrong side of the Mississippi, get on this side of the Mississippi.
Okay.
That's our sponsor. You know
It's our sponsor. You never.
No. Okay, but I wasn't aware. But okay, what are we gonna be talking about?
Sounds
As I
like
said previously, it is a shoot the shit podcast, but we are trying to bring topics to talk about. Whoever has a topic they want to bring to the metaphorical table.
That's an actual table.
we have a table
Yeah, but that's a pretty small table.
for the people listening.
Fine, who want to bring to the really small table, then they can.
Okay, you want to start?
So my topic was going to be the deal between Marvel and Sony about Spider-Man and how the whole thing fell through and all that, like what you guys think about it. Because I'm upset about it, like most people are.
Hold up, before we start anywhere, for people who live under a rock and don't know like anything,
What if they just don't like superheroes?
I don't know, maybe you're gay. Sony and Disney are like, I need Spider-Man, and then I don't know who's who, but they're fighting, and now Sony's like, I don't want to share my kid with you, Disney, and Disney's like, okay.
So the actual deal was...
It's pretty much like that, though.
Yeah, pretty much. But the actual deal was... The original deal was Marvel would get to produce Spider-Man movies, and Spider-Man would get to be in the main MCU Marvel Cinematic Universe, with the rest of the Avengers, like Iron Man, Thor, all those characters.
Iron Man's dead.
Yeah.
Why you spoil the movie?
Spoilers.
An asshole.
And Sony would get, I believe the original deal was 95% of the profits from
Yeah.
any
No.
movies that Spider-Man was in.
Yeah.
His solo movies, and I think it was, they got like 100%
On
profit
merch.
from all the merchandise.
And then
And Disney got 5%, that
Yeah.
other 5%. So that deal was only for 2 solo films and then any movies in between those 2 solo films. So after Spider-Man Far From Home, they would have to go back and rework that deal. And they did, and it fell through.
it was bad.
It was a bad deal because, personally, for me, I blame Disney all the way.
Greedy.
Yeah.
It's
Because
greedy.
Disney came in asking for 50-50, which in all fairness, Sony was not going to give them 50-50, and I don't think Sony should have given them 50-50. I don't think that was a...
They're making a lot of money.
They're making a lot of money, but the way Disney works is if they gave them 50-50 now, I give it at least 5 years maybe, and then Disney would own that character altogether, because Disney just keeps asking for more. If they had started lower, then I think Sony came out and said they would have worked for a better deal, but Disney came in with 50 or
just
nothing.
like that. Just
And that's, I think it's bullshit that everyone's blaming Sony for it when Sony was willing to work with them, but they're
And
like, we're
Disney
not going to
wasn't,
give
yeah.
them 50-50.
Well, to be fair, it's Disney has like the best fanboys. They like in people's eye in the public that Disney does nothing wrong.
Yeah.
That's why they blame Sony.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when you got a happy-go mouse like that, I mean, the fool's always happy. Like, you never picture Mickey being, like, a greedy boy, so when you think of Disney, you think of Mickey Mouse, and that's why you think, like, oh, Mickey Mouse can never do anything wrong.
I never thought of it that way, honestly. I always looked into shit with, like, companies like that. And, I mean, whenever I think Disney, I automatically assume greed. And,
Yeah.
like, I just don't like the way that they work.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just...
You,
They're both companies, they're both greedy companies, but...
Because,
I feel
all
like-
big companies like that most of the time are.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying, like, all of them are. There's probably, like, a good one out there, like, non-profit or some shit like that, but...
Yeah, but I feel like Disney is, like, the worst of it now. It's just everything...
Well, yeah, I mean, when you own
I
Star
was talking
Wars, you
to-
own Marvel.
They want to fucking own everything.
Yeah, I was talking to
I hope
my
they eat
dad.
Netflix,
My
though.
dad, who doesn't really care about like this shit. He likes the movies and whatnot, but he doesn't really care about like what goes on in between. And even he was like, "This is bullshit that Disney is just trying to ask for more and more money," and that he said himself. He said, trying to remember like exactly. He said Walt Disney would be turning in his grave if he heard what was like
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Because it's bullshit. It's just... It started... More people are starting to see it now with the Spider-Man thing, but this is how Disney's been for
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
for the last,
I-
10 to 20 years?
Nobody just pays attention because it's never been.
Yeah,
like,
nobody
that-
cares
that big.
because
It's
they're
Disney.
Yeah, they're selling themselves as this family-friendly business, and yeah, it may look like that, but underneath it is this corporate establishment that's just going for
For
money.
money, yeah.
That's all they want. Look at the price of a ticket to Disneyland.
It's like 100
Is
bucks.
almost $100 for a child's ticket.
That's
That's ridiculous.
Oh, recently, I think like a month ago or 2 months ago, they what is it? They upped the price too.
really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
over the summer.
ridiculous. They just opened that new Star Wars land there.
Yeah.
They want you to pay almost $100 to get in to Disneyland, and then they're selling these like to make your own lightsaber over there. That's
So-
a whole experience
So, like,
they have there.
So like Universal's wand.
Yeah, exactly. But over there, they're doing this whole experience and whatnot. It looks cool. It's $200 to make your own lightsaber,
Is it
mostly plastic lightsaber.
So it's like the ones that you like used to buy like at Toys R Us, so you like flip out.
A little better than that, but like
Well,
it's
it's
still
$200.
it's $200.
Every time I think of that lightsaber, I just think of those like big bone boys. She's a thought. That one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What is it?
If she breathes, she's a thought.
All women are queens.
That one.
But I don't. And then another thing I was talking because I talked to my parents a lot about this, and it just one of the things that bugs me is that they own so much of what I care about, like things I care about.
They own the Muppets.
They own the Muppets. They own Star Wars. They own Marvel. They own all these companies, and I don't know about you. I've fallen off a little bit, but I was a fan of Star Wars, like a big fan of Star Wars and all that. And I would love to go to that Star Wars land. I'm not gonna pay $100 to get into the park, and then $200 to pay a lightsaber and everything.
Personally, I don't like buying merch. I like
exactly, yeah. It's BS. And then now they're doing this. Shirt. They're doing like a Marvel thing.
Stole a cup.
Like an Avengers land.
You remember that? You remember that?
The cup from Disneyland?
No. What? When?
When it was like Jesse or somebody.
Our senior year.
Yeah, when we went to like what was that thing for the high school? The high school went like
it was part of our senior trip.
Yeah, it was So we went that, and then somebody came up with me
Was it like
Scott, a Sunday? Yeah, it was Scott. It was Scott, and he came up with to me, and he's like, "Yo, do you want to finish this?" I think it was like a
hold up.
float or something.
Shouts out to Lil Scotty though.
Lil Scotty on Spotify.
I thought that food was dead for the longest time in the song yesterday. But
anyways, continue.
Yeah, so Scott comes up to me and he goes, "You want this?" And it was like a root beer float or some shit. And I guess he just didn't like the way it tasted. And I was like, at that time I was 215 pounds. So I was just like, yeah, I'll take it. And I took it. And then it was like a plastic cup, and it said, I have it somewhere, but he was saying I was like, "Yo, Scott, what do I do with the cup?" And he goes, "I don't know. I don't think I was supposed to take it from the restaurant." And I was like, "Whatever. I just threw it in the backpack." And I have it here in the house somewhere. It's probably not in my room, though.
Well, yeah, you probably could have taken it from the restaurant, but they're going to probably charge you like $50 for a cup.
Yeah.
And it just... Talking about Disney makes me mad. It's just, I don't care for Disney.
Okay. Let me sidetrack you with that. This is something I've been thinking about. So with Disney Plus coming out and them slowly releasing content over the okay, hold on, yeah. So they're gonna be slowly releasing content over so it's weekly content, but at the same time they're pulling all their Marvel shows out from Netflix. So Daredevil and Punisher, which I think they were the best shows that they had on there. It was just they were good shows. So they're slowly going to be running Netflix out of business. Netflix is already a shit ton of money in debt.
That. I don't. They won't. No.
Okay. Yeah. But think about it like this. Okay.
They're just competing with Netflix.
Yes, but Netflix has nothing to compete with because they're already.
There's Hulu.
Hulu's pretty good.
Yeah, but with Hulu teaming up with Disney,
they can't beat Hulu because Hulu and Disney
they're teaming up.
Have a deal. Yeah. If you get the base version of Disney Plus, you get the base version of Hulu. It's a combination.
No. So it's the $14 pack.
It's $12.99.
Yeah. So it's that one, but it's the same price as Netflix, and you're just getting Netflix. But if you get Disney Plus, you get 6 other channels. You get the Discovery Channel, ESPN. You get Hulu and Disney Plus, and a few other channels. But so you have all that. That's one packet, and you're paying as much as just
I think
Netflix.
No, that's not also true.
Yeah, the $12.99 package gives you Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN. That's it for the $12.99.
No, dude.
They may offer all these other things, but I've looked it up. The thing that they're offering with Hulu and ESPN is $12.99 altogether. But the thing is, Netflix has all this original content coming out that I think they'll be fine. Hulu teamed up with Disney because they knew they were fucked. I don't think they were
They have
gonna.
a lot of good shows.
They have a lot of. They don't have enough good shows like Netflix does.
Netflix, but
I mean, look at Netflix. It's releasing a Witcher show. They're releasing a.
okay, but
They
then
have all these shows.
You also
that I
gotta
think-
look. You gotta look at them like from the money point of view. They're not making a lot of money because they're in like serious debt. They keep asking banks to loan money, and banks were doing it because they were getting money back, but they were slowly going into debt at the same time. Now that Disney Plus is gonna come out, and now they have the money, they have the resources, they're gonna make better shows.
Well,
They have
yeah, that's a given. It's Disney.
With all the Marvel shows and everything.
Talking about the Disney Plus is I hate it, but
You're gonna
I'm
get it?
gonna get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
As much as I hate it, I love Marvel and I like Star Wars too much to not
to
get
not pay
it.
attention to it.
To
yeah.
not and previous experiences. I told you before we started recording with my debit card and all that shit. I'm afraid to start pirating again. So I'm gonna get the Disney Plus. It just makes me mad that I'm gonna get it and that they own all these things that I care about, like Marvel and Disney and all that. Because
See,
I don't.
But, okay. Yeah,
don't care about
they
Disney
own
itself.
all these big heroes and everything, but they would have never gotten this big, and we would have never seen them get this big. Like we would have never seen Endgame or like any of this shit if they weren't bought by Disney.
Well, yeah, 100%. But I don't think that justifies
Them owning your childhood,
and
and like
I don't
all
think
your
that
memories that you care about.
justifies them asking for this exorbitant amount of money.
But they're not
It's
gonna.
ridiculous.
They're not gonna do it out of the goodness of their heart.
Hold up, Danny. What's your opinion?
Wait,
You haven't been
Danny,
talking.
Yeah.
go ahead, go on.
Hey,
I
feel
don't
like-
know too much about the whole Disney Plus thing. I just know that if I ever do get it, it's only gonna be for that Marvel. I'm gonna
Yeah.
binge watch the fuck out of it, and then just keep my what is it? The amount that I pay Disney for this shit to a minimal. Because
Yeah.
I do not
That's-
support them other than for the fact that they own,
So
Marvel.
you'll get like the cheapest
Like
bundle basically.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
watch like the
exactly.
Marvel.
Just to watch the
MCU.
stuff that you
look,
want.
okay,
Yeah, and then once I'm done, that's it. I'm gonna cut the fucking bill.
So,
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do once they start releasing new stuff? Are you gonna pay the bill again?
I mean, it probably won't be for like another little while after that anyway.
Yeah,
so,
they've announced
yeah.
all their shit for like the next
3
the-
years. I
up
think,
the next
before-
3 years. So you watch all that within the next. You could binge all that and then cancel it, and then as soon as they're like, "All right, we're coming out with this new show," whatever, then you could be like, "All right, I'll come back into it," and whatever.
for that breeze feels good.
It's hot in here. Like,
Going back to
for
what
the
is
people
it?
listening, it's fucking hot in
Yeah,
here.
we live in California.
Fillmore,
So-
California, so it's
Phil-
hot as balls.
I
right?
would have said,
California.
I would've said Ventura County, California.
Stop,
But fuck it, since you already said it.
I mean, these people know where the fuck we're from already if they're listening. It's not until like,
Yeah,
we
that's
get,
true.
if we even
That's
get
true,
big enough,
yeah.
you know.
Going back to Disneyland as like my personal opinion about Disneyland is that my opinion is that it's for children,
And
families, like bigger families and couples.
parents with
Parents, yeah, that's what I mean. Children, parents with money, and couples.
because they don't have kids, so they can
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think unless you have a big group of people, I don't think like us four can go to Disneyland and have like a really good time. I think we can make it fun, but I don't think we're gonna have like, let's say if we went to like Six Flags or something like that.
Oh yeah, no. If we all went to Disneyland, that wouldn't happen because that's like $100 per person.
Yeah, too much money.
And then like the only reason we would ever go is if there was like a bundle and we don't have to pay all that
Yeah.
much. And like I'd be down for that as a group.
Like we could take like 6 people for $300.
That's what I'm saying. It's unless you have a big group, like when we went for our senior trip, there was like 10 of us in a group just mobbing it around the Disneyland.
Yeah.
That was
Spend like
cool.
an hour at Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, because that was cool because we were over there taking up like whole trams and like on the coasters and what. That was fun. But before that, when it was just our small group before we started meeting up with people, it wasn't like as fun as it could have been. I just don't think it's interesting enough for like younger people, I guess, like our generation of like people.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my personal opinion about like Disney.
I get where you're coming
What
from.
about you, Danny? You like Disneyland?
Or do you want to switch to?
I went once. Well, the first time I went, I was like 2 or 3, so I don't remember shit from it. But
Fair.
I went like 2 years ago, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, it's
like
not...
the vibe there was just like no. Well, that too.
The vibe is pricey.
I just didn't like the vibe. It's like all these people are like just happy, like all like the
white family.
all this positive shit. And that's not what life is.
Like like when you go to Six Flags.
That shit is fake.
When you go to Six Flags, you're like, yep, these are real people.
Yeah.
You know that they force their employees to smile? That you can get fired for not smiling.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jobs like that.
There used to be only one ride over there where you were allowed to just do whatever, and that was the Tower of Terror. But since they tore it down and made it the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy one, I think certain parts of it they're not allowed. They could be whatever because they're supposed to be like guards or whatever. But yeah, I think that's BS to force your employees to have to smile. I know they do it at other companies.
What, $15-$16?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd smile all day if I was being paid $15-$16.
Well, maybe they just give you a reason to smile with that.
Yeah.
Money, what is it?
Money talks.
Money over everything.
What?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about Disney anymore. We got to this.
I was gonna say
Spider-Man deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to move on to something else?
Was bullshit. I think it could have been handled better.
Pause
it. Pause the recording.
No, keep it playing.
Just keep it going. All right.
Keep it going. Fuck it.
We'll cut that part out.
We'll do it live.
Hold on.
We'll do it live. I think this is about time to bring in our second sponsor of the day. The guy who tried to steal my credit card information. Fuck you.
Why are you buying porn?
It wasn't me.
Really? There was porn on your credit card statement?
Okay. I already told Franny. If you hadn't picked up, Franny walked out of the room.
Fine.
When the other day I was looking through my bank statement online and I found a payment, 3 separate payments to something called MBIProBiller.com. So there was a $1 payment, a $10.99 payment, and a $39.99 payment.
For what?
And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this?
Oh.
What the fuck is MBIProBiller.com? So I look it up and the first thing I find is that it's used for mobile games and stuff to charge players or whatever. So I look through all my apps that I have on my phone. None of them use it. I thought maybe like I bought something by accident or just something I did. And then I look at what the second thing it's used for. It's used by porn companies. It's used by porn companies to charge people discreetly for their memberships and videos and shit. Somebody got my debit card, not even credit card, debit card information.
Well, that's good, because imagine if it got your credit card.
Yeah, that would have been worse. I mean, I didn't have any money on my credit card to begin with, so it wouldn't have gone through. My debit card had money on it, but that's fucking bullshit. Who the fuck is buying a $40 membership to Pornhub with somebody else's fucking debit card? That's bullshit.
It's like a 6-hour video.
That's
just imagine. There's like story and everything in that bitch.
Yeah, it's a fucking...
There's a whole plot. There's
a whole
conflict.
Who needed... You needed that fucking
Plot
hour.
twist
You
and
needed
shit.
that hour-long Brazzers video that bad that you had to use my debit card. What the fuck?
For the next 6 hours, you're just really invested in that.
There's character
Yeah, like
development.
he fucking comes in the first 10 minutes and he's just
Stories
like,
and shit.
I paid for it.
Might as well watch it.
It's fucking bullshit.
Are you saying you haven't done that?
No.
Like you whack it, you nut, and then you're like, I wonder where this video goes.
Yes.
No.
Always. I'm like,
I watch my videos entirely before I even like whack it. It's
What?
like,
So you go.
That-
So
that-
you go.
that's
Wait.
kinda weird.
Like, that sounds like
I
a big
skim-
waste of time.
No, I skim through it. It's like, okay, you know. I mean, sometimes the story is actually pretty fucking interesting. It's like, okay, no, this, you know, I don't know. I kind of just, I look at
You
it.
test the waters.
Have you guys ever been
And it's like,
watching
is
the
this
video?
something I really want to jerk off to? And it's like, okay, then I'll, you know,
Then you
whatever.
were started from
Have
the
you
beginning.
ever watched a video?
No,
and
just
you're
the
like-
parts that I know are, you know, that I'm already familiar with.
He's like, I like these
Alright,
parts.
chill.
He's like, ooh, I want to make sure I fucking come
You
at
gotta go
this
back.
point of the
You
video.
gotta go back to that certain point where it's like that perfect position. You're like, yes.
No, he'll be whacking it, and then like they'll change position. He'll be like, "Oh, I don't like this position," but he already knows the next position, so he skips forward. See,
Yeah,
that's
you just- there
big
you
brain
go.
plays.
There you go.
Like he knows what he wants to watch already, because he's already
I
seen the
wanna talk
video.
about
Have you
something
guys ever been watching a video and you're like, man, this is taking too long for them to get to the goods? So you skip ahead a bit, and then they're just fucking like, the guy's like fucking you in the ass, and you're like, what the fuck happened in between this and this? So you go back to
Yeah,
like
that's
see
what I'm
what
saying. That's what I
happened.
do
They were
too.
just kissing?
Like, you know, I'll
Like,
skip
they were
through it
just
and it's
kissing?
like,
Yeah,
what
they
the
were
fuck?
just kissing,
They were
and
like,
then next thing you know, it's all and you're like, what the fuck happened?
Michael, you don't have to hit me.
I do. You're the closest one to me.
Okay. But when I was in middle school and like I first started watching it, I used to like look at it and be like, okay, this is how you get a girl, and like.
You show up
You tried
with
it.
a fake box of pizza with your dick in the box. And
No, because I thought
you're like, did you order extra sausage?
I didn't know porn was like stupid at the time. I thought it was like, you know, it was
Okay.
people.
This is
Like
fact.
that it was
I thought it was
fake.
real. I didn't know it was fake.
Yeah, me either. Like, I mean, as a kid, you
I
don't,
thought they loved each other.
you know, and then you watch another video and you're like, oh, she's cheating on the guy from the last
I
video.
thought they were married and they weren't having premarital sex. Is that like a bad thing?
I saw a video the other day where she was pregnant.
Oh no.
She wasn't pregnant in the previous video I saw her in, and now she's pregnant, and she's using that as like her. she's just using it. She's like, oh, pregnant woman, whatever. And I'm like,
Michael.
what the fuck? This kid's gonna have to grow up and be like, my mom was fucking guys while I was in her stuff. That's fucked.
Can
Wait,
you imagine? That little kid's hungry.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Well, I hope
Swallow
he likes
some nuts.
Twinkie filling.
What if it grabs it?
What?
Oh, yeah. Do you know how?
Hold on. Is that technically a threesome?
What if it grabs
Well,
it?
it depends how many
What
months.
if it
isn't
grabs it and he's like, oh no, and he pulls it out and he like pulls the baby out with
Oh.
it. Oh,
It's okay.
like, man, how did we get from this from fucking?
Oh, I like how I just first came in here. So I came.
No, my backpack.
Nice.
So I came back in here after telling my sister to be quiet. I came in with the banana. Nobody fucking acknowledged it. And then I shoved the banana in my mouth and I gagged.
Yeah,
And
probably
Michael,
got it.
yeah, you were the only one that just kind of like.
I heard it, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, me too.
I was making eye contact with you.
Oh, shit.
I was trying to make eye contact with somebody, but nobody was looking at me.
And it just happened to be when I was talking about fucking somebody
Yeah.
buying porn with my
Yeah,
debit
yeah.
card.
I've thought about
like I
buying
said,
porn.
how we get we
Yeah.
got off topic. We were talking about Spider-Man.
Are you saying?
Sometimes you just be that horny.
Okay,
But like once I like, what is it? Post nut clarity. I'm
Yeah,
like, it's a good thing I didn't do it.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that would not have been worth it.
Michael, like his shoes.
Thank you. And you wanna know how much they were?
$1? Free?
$39.
Really?
They're comfortable and they're like really
Light?
breezy.
Kind of light.
Yeah.
They breezy.
Mm-hmm.
You can breathe from
Little
your feet.
breezy. Yeah. Listen. That was my feet for anybody listening. If you've made it this far,
I'm sorry.
Like, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're a real trooper. We're not ending it. I'm just saying, like, in general,
Oh,
if you made
Good
it
for
this
you.
far, good for you.
Yeah.
It's been interesting.
If you made it this far, type pineapple in the comments.
Do we have
Yeah, we
comments?
kind of want to know who you are.
I don't know if we do.
I'm not even sure where exactly we're going to put this.
All right, pineapple in the comments, and then once we get to the very end, put an eggplant in the comments.
2 separate
If
comments.
you can't put an eggplant in the comments, type out eggplants in the comments. Like that full phrase, eggplants in the comments, put that in the comments.
So, I wanted to talk about something. Did you want to talk about something? Did you
No,
have
I
something?
just came in like empty-handed.
Danny, did you have anything?
Yeah.
Same, nah, I really got shit.
Okay, so, like, last week, so I'm bringing a topic now. It was just kind of like,
Hey, everyone chill. Franny's bringing a topic.
yeah.
Everyone.
State your name and sexuality for the state, the judge recorder. I don't know, what are those people called? The ones who...
The typewriters?
Yeah.
So,
Court recorder or something?
So
like that?
Franny, sexuality unknown.
Hi, Franny.
Hi, Franny.
Is this like an AA meeting? Okay,
This went from a court. This went from a regular podcast to a court
to an AA meeting. So, Jake, my girlfriend's
Name dropping and shit.
Right, food
stepdad.
name drop.
Okay, how many people do you know Jake? A lot.
Like
a lot.
you specify.
Okay,
Your
yeah,
girlfriend's stepdad?
whatever.
How many Jakes that are your girlfriend's stepdad?
Okay, so my girlfriend's stepdad.
Jake,
has
just
a, shut
for
the fuck up.
All of a sudden, it's a problem.
All of a sudden, you don't
Shut
want to
the
say...
fuck up.
You don't
All of
wanna
a
say
sudden,
Jake.
you want to say Jake is your girlfriend's stepdad?
Okay, so he took me to his boss's house, and we were kind of like, so it's this like big like company that he
So
works.
for the record, Jake. We're talking about Jake right now.
He works for this big company,
Uh-huh.
and his boss bought a new house, and he's like,
What's his boss's name?
I don't remember.
Is he also named Jake? And
No.
Is he also
Some guys-
somehow connected to your girlfriend's...
He has some rich white boy name. Okay.
Is it Jake?
You guys,
Probably
I don't
like-
want to tell my story anymore.
It's probably
I don't want to tell. No, I want to tell my
No,
story.
Okay, no, continue. Go.
No, tell a
go.
story. We're
Okay.
just fucking around.
Okay, tell us
We're
about
pulling your
Jake.
leg.
Tell us about Jake.
We'll stop pulling it. We don't even know his name anymore.
So, fucking hate
Wait,
you.
who?
Please tell us
I don't
about
want to.
Jake.
I don't want to.
We really want to know about Jake. Well, now I actually
shut
really
the
wanna
fuck
know.
up. So, he takes me to his boss's because he needed help with all this so basically being a Mexican,
Okay.
he's just like, hey, you want to make some money cleaning a yard? And I was just like, well, I mean, he didn't say it like that. He just
Okay.
knows like
Alright.
he's like you'll probably get some good money out of it, like $300, and I was like, okay, money.
Yeah.
So I took the job, and then
He's like, I'm Jake, your girlfriend's stepdad, and you're Mexican. Do you want to work in the yard?
No, he'd be like, you're brown, right?
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
You're a brown, alright?
To be fair, we can make these jokes so we're all Mexican.
We're all brown.
We're all... The lightest one here is Danny.
Yeah. But
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. The lightest one
yeah.
is
Oh,
Danny.
shit.
I only have one parent that speaks English.
Oh.
So
Wait,
I'm
your
even
mom?
more brown than Michael, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, definitely.
So we were cleaning this fucking yard. So the house is fucking huge. Like I thought it was like like a 2-story house. Like, a nice big long.
Like a small
driveway.
mansion.
Yes, a small mansion. Like
I've seen
straight up,
some
yeah.
of them in SP.
So no,
Santa Paula for
big.
people not from
Like
Ventura
it's
County.
fucking huge.
Yeah,
Like
you don't remember when you did the paper with me and my mom? That house at the very end of like
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a little bigger
It's like
than
a
that
small
one.
mansion.
Okay, so it's a little bigger than that one, and it's a lot of yard work. But I mean, like it was cool. Like they were cool.
Nonsense.
Well, I mean, I ended up getting 600, but
Nonsense.
yeah. And so we're
Guys, if you're listening to this, don't track us down. We're all legal. I think.
yeah.
Yeah?
We're all born here.
Okay.
No comment.
So like we do all this yard work and shit, and then I think on the second day I meet his boss, and his boss is a white dude, and he goes, he goes up to Jake and he goes, "Hey, does he speak English?" And I'm like,
You should have been like,
I look at him and I'm just like, "Yeah, I do." And he goes, "Okay, cool."
you should have been like, no.
You should have been like, "Si, senor."
I would have just stayed quiet and like just try
No, well, I mean,
see if he says something like you know.
Just look at him with like.
I took it to like
dead eyes.
he doesn't have a lot of like he doesn't know a lot of Mexicans, so I was just like, you know what, whatever. And we ended up going to like this tool shop because I broke one of the fucking shovels. Just
Nice.
yeah,
That's right.
whatever.
We broke that axe.
What was
That
it?
the boss paid for it, so
Oh, nice.
yeah. So
We
he's
broke
just like,
that axe in
here's
the
the
backyard."
here's the company card. Go buy another shovel. And I was like, okay. So me and Jake go.
Just
It's called
buy.
DIY like home center or something. So
DIY stands for do it yourself.
yeah. So we were there.
Or don't. What is it? DIY. Don't
Inject yourself.
inject yourself with semen.
What the fuck?
The WS is usually silent.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go into the store and I'm walking around looking for a shovel, like going through these aisles, and I finally get to it, and then I because Jake was still, I think he was coming out of the truck or he was outside smoking some shit, but I was going up to the cashier and I look around and everybody's looking at me, and I'm like,
You're the only white person, or you're the only Mexican
yeah,
person.
I was the only like
the only white person.
I was the only.
You're the only person of color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I thought it was
That
weird
sounds
because
bad.
I had never been in that situation where I'm the only brown person and everybody's looking at me. You know, like
Yeah.
I've never
Remember
been.
We went to was it Malibu in that Albertsons?
Oh,
No.
well, we were in a gang, though.
Yeah. See,
That's
but
true.
when it's just you, like it's just you, at first
Just again, for the record, he meant gang as in a lot of people, not gang as in like.
Like what's up, fool?
Nah.
We don't bang.
Yeah.
okay.
Unless it's your
But-
mom.
We definitely just got all the fucking
All the views.
10 to 13 listeners are fucking in for the
They're
in for the
offended.
long haul
They're
now. Huh?
offended. Okay.
They're
so,
gonna use that on their friends later.
And put it as a ringtone and shit.
Just
Crop a
daddy,
little-
just we don't bang unless it's your mom.
Oh shit, my mom's calling.
Oh shit, your mom's coming.
Wait, so what? And then
Did you-
I just thought it was weird because I had never been in that situation.
No, yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, so it was really weird, and I just kind of shrugged it off, like I didn't care. But like we had gone back a second time, and there was a group of white guys, and they were just staring at me. And I had gone down the truck, and it's like a dark tinted truck, so they couldn't see Jake in the car or in the truck with me. So I get down, and they all get up and start walking towards me, and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm about to beat.
Nice people.
But
I don't think you can say that.
Yeah, I don't know if you.
oh, what? I don't give a shit.
But not for people knowing, people that were eating crackers and then they dropped them on the floor. So
he's just stomp him out.
he's gonna
Yeah.
stomp them out.
Whatever.
He's gonna beat up some
White dudes, like a group of white dudes, start walking towards me, and then Jake gets down from the truck, and they just turn around and sit down, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like
Do you think you could have taken them on?
there was like 4 or 5. I mean, I would have tried my best, but
So you would have gone swinging.
yeah.
And then Jake probably would have gotten on the truck and been like, "Hey!"
He's mine.
He would have been like, "No," he would have been like, "Hey,
No,
hey, get off!"
no.
He's like, no, he's not done with the yard work.
Don't break him! Don't break him!
Not just yet.
And they're like, "Oh shit, dog! Sorry. You should really keep him on a leash."
But I guess like I don't know. It was just weird. It was a weird situation to be in, and I don't like it. I didn't like it because it was new to me.
What was it? Remember when we went to what is it, Westmont?
Oh yeah.
That was weird. That was whack. Were you there with us?
No, I wasn't there.
No, you weren't. It was me, you,
Angel,
and
stepmom.
Stepmom.
Yeah. That was weird. There was like not a single Mexican besides us in sight.
There was no.
There was
The only other person of like that wasn't like white ethnicity was like Asians.
yeah.
And
And then there was like 2. I think we saw like 2 black people.
I didn't see him.
I did, but I don't know, it's just a weird, it is a weird situation to be in where you're like,
Where people are looking at you.
yeah.
Like They were looking at me like I was gonna put this shovel up my ass and walk out with it. Like I was just gonna run away with it.
Were
That
you
one,
not?
maybe about maybe the second part, but I don't know if they were really
Letting shit
thinking
up my
the
ass?
first. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. But it's weird to think about that that's still like a problem
Yeah.
in fucking
Today.
2019
Yeah.
and everything.
We've already had a black president.
Yeah, I don't know. it's-
Well, we got a racist
I don't
one
want to
after,
get
so
yeah, but I don't. Let's save that for episode 2. We don't want to get
technically
political on the first fucking
Technically, I
podcast.
can't. I'm just gonna say I have no opinion
On what?
on anything
He
political.
can't
Yeah,
because
like
of his
legally, I
job,
cannot
he
say.
can't.
Oh.
Legally, I cannot say.
for
anything.
people that don't know, Franny's a Marine, so he likes to shove stuff up his ass.
Yeah.
Crayons.
Well, now I can't play this with my brother because he might kill you.
And Jojo, if you're listening, tell me what's your favorite crayon color?
Say
Black
it.
or what?
Black.
But I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to get too like political
I'd
on the
rather
first
not.
episode
Yeah,
and
I'd rather
everything.
not.
It's just a fucked up situation, and I'm sure other people have had worse.
Oh,
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sure. People have had
People have
worse than
died.
that. Like if anybody, like I'm sure people are. If anybody listens to this, they're probably gonna be like, "That's bullshit," because this time this happened to me and whatever. But I wasn't trying to make fun of you. I'm sorry. It's just, it's a fucked up situation, and
I'm trying to make fun of you. I'm trying to make fun of the listeners because they suck.
that is a way to keep the listeners, make them feel bad,
Make them feel
so
bad.
they keep coming back. Hey, fuck you.
Danny, tell him something.
I love you guys.
what happened to your finger?
Oh, well, yeah. I was washing a knife
Mom, I'm sorry if you're listening to this.
and I slashed it.
You slashed the knife with your finger?
My finger. No, I didn't break.
Wait, what broke your finger or the knife?
Yeah, no, that's what I was wondering. Well,
I don't know.
Why are you asking Franny? He's not
My-
the one that broke your
Yeah,
finger.
it's your finger.
You're cutting yourself watching
I
that.
guess my skin broke, yeah.
Did you fix
Have you
it?
ever cut like
Your skin, bro.
you have, but like have
Yeah,
you guys ever
you
like cut
like,
yourself?
It's that's how.
Not like no, that's not what I mean. But
What? Yeah. We were having a different conversation. What are you guys talking
no, I
about?
was like if you guys because you had. I'm saying if you guys ever cut yourself, and he was looking at me like. You mean like... No, I don't mean like intentionally hurting yourself. I mean like you accidentally cut yourself. Because it's a weird feeling. Like feeling like a blade or like glass or something go
That's
through your like your hand or
I mean,
arm or
I
whatever.
grew up-
It feels weird.
Yeah, when I was growing
And
up,
then it
like
hurts.
when we were growing up in the bad side of town, like our neighbors just throw fucking glass like over our fence, and it would just shatter, like glass bottles, and it would shatter. My dumbass, being the little kid that I was, would just run outside all the time without shoes. So like, I mean, yeah, I
I don't
know
know
what
if
you're
you're being
saying.
a dumbass. I think you're just being a kid.
Yeah, you're just being a kid. All
I mean,
kids are dumbasses.
Yeah, kids are
Yeah.
dumbasses.
Kids are stupid. Your brain don't start retaining shit until at least like 6 years old.
I think I was like 12, dude.
You're not no kid.
Technically, still a kid. Wait.
You're
Well, I mean,
No, he's a preteen.
Yeah, how
You're a child still.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was
An
before
adolescent.
it was before middle school where I was still living over there. So it's like 12, right?
Oh, when you were still gay?
Before middle school?
Sure.
Before you're gonna get a bunch of people who are like,
I was
"They're
10 when I was in middle
homophobic."
school.
Pepe.
No, I'm just asking a question. If you take it homophobic, are you homophobic?
Ooh.
Question.
Big facts.
My eyeball.
What?
itch.
What stupid shit did you guys do as kids?
I don't think I did a lot of stupid shit.
Oh.
Like when people talk about
My
like
favorite-
stupid shit,
my
like I
favorite-
get upset because I
Sure.
wasn't one of those kids that
Yeah,
did
you
a lot
were.
of dumb stuff. Well,
With
I-
me.
okay. When I would do a lot of dumb stuff, someone else was doing the dumb stuff and I just joined them. Like I was not the one like
Yeah,
doing it on my own.
My favorite memory, probably like being a little kid, was when my mom was just like, "Don't touch the stove, it's hot." And I was like standing right. She was like making tortillas. What are those called in English?
Tortillas. They're the same thing.
Yeah,
Tortillas.
I don't know. I blinked for a second.
The only difference is that
I mean,
you
if you
put
want
a
to say
Spanish
it, if you want to
accent.
say it, tortilla. There for the
Oh,
white
yeah.
listeners out there.
Why you listen? Why you saying white? What if they're not white?
Erica says sausage. I feel like
What?
smacking her every time she says
What?
sausage instead of sausage.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like hitting her after.
Sausage?
I just look at her like in my head. I just
Does she
imagine
think it's
smacking her.
spelled like that?
I don't know.
Sausage?
But my mom was just like, "Don't touch the stove. It's hot." And she's making tortillas, and she turns around. I grab my hand, like palm down, just put it on there. Just kept it on there, see how long I could keep it on there. Fucking got like I don't know. It was burnt pretty bad.
What is it? Dan, do you know? That's like first degree burn, right?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It was like, psh.
Third degree burn is like when it's like melts your
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it
that
fucks up your
bad.
nerves and shit.
When I think I've said this before, but now I'll say it when we're on a podcast. When me and my brother were younger, I don't know if he remembers this. When me and him were younger, we used to go into the backyard and we had this
Fuck each
dirt.
other.
It was half grass, like, so they're like apartments, I guess you can call them. Complexes, yeah. And it was the house, it was 2 houses on each side, a grass like yard in the middle of the 2 houses, like 2 sets of houses. So there's 4 houses in whole, and then there's a dirt like just field,
Like a lot.
right there, and then on the sides of the dirt lot are like grass. It was really weird. I don't know why they just didn't put grass in the whole thing. I don't know. But me and my brother used to go into the dirt field, and we find there used to be red anthills all over the
Put your
place.
hand in them.
And we'd take our finger and we'd be like directly into the anthill, and we'd be like, and then be running inside, just, Mom, with like 3 ants hanging off our finger, and she'd have to pull them off, and then she'd be like, what are you doing? Like, what is? And we'd lie and say that like we fell into it or something. And then she'd take them off and immediately go back outside and
Do it again.
back into the hole. And like I said, I don't know if he remembers that. I remember that very clearly. I also remember one time I got bit by a lizard.
What?
And I was like, like my whole life before that, I'd been told that the lizards in our town wouldn't bite us because they're not big lizards.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, and I picked it up by the tail, and it freaking swung itself around and just bit me. And it was like holding on to my finger, and I was holding its tail, and then I let go, and it was just kind of hanging there, and then it fell off and like ran off.
You should have just
And then
slapped
I
that
had-
dude on the floor and stomped him out.
I was like 4.
Should have stomped him out anyways.
Should've.
And then I had
Dude.
2 holes on each side of my pointer finger
I remember
from where it bit me.
I remember my grandpa was just like, don't mess with the lizards. And I grabbed one, put it in a bottle, shook him around, and flushed him down the toilet.
Why?
I don't know.
That's some serial killer
I
shit.
don't know. He told me not to. See, as a little kid, anytime an adult tells you, don't do that,
You want to do
you
it.
want to do it.
I was kind of like the opposite. I just didn't do it.
No, it depended on what for
Yeah.
me.
I don't know. I was kind of just like raised. Like I'm pretty sure we're all raised differently.
Yeah.
And then like if my parents told me don't do it, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, okay, I trust them.
You were a big baby for a long time.
I was a big baby.
How long have we been going? How do we check that? Is that?
That's
Do you guys know what time we started?
how many bars we got.
Is there any way to check?
It was like
I don't
at
wanna mess
12,
with
like
it.
40 or something. It's 1:40 something now.
It's been an hour, I think, already.
Maybe.
Time, right there.
Oh, we've been recording for like 40
minutes, so we'll
yeah.
go for a little bit longer. Try to get it to at least an hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did a lot of stupid shit as a kid. We used to...
Dude, okay, no, shut your
Yeah.
fat face.
No,
alright?
you shut
no,
up.
shut up,
No,
shut up.
Danny's turn.
No,
Danny,
I actually have someone for.
I was actually
Danny
sitting
knows
here
what
the
story
whole
I'm gonna.
time.
Danny knows what story I'm about to pull up.
Yeah.
It's like I
Why
only
don't
have
you have Danny tell it?
because he doesn't he never remembers it. Do you remember it?
You always tell it better than I could.
Yeah.
Tell it.
so
Let me find out.
there's only 2 memories I have of Danny, and
The
I'll
viewers
say
find
both
out.
of them. So the first one is we were like 14, maybe 15, and Danny's parents and my parents, they went out dancing with Pepe's dad, and
We were like 11.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think we were way younger than that. I don't
Yeah,
remember being
because I wasn't even in middle school yet.
Yeah, I don't even think
Oh,
I was
yeah,
either.
yeah.
I was like 10.
Then we
Or
must
so
have
yeah, we were smaller.
we must have been like
smaller.
8 or something.
And Danny, his sister, and then Pepe, me, and my sister were all sleeping in the living room because, that's not our house.
It's a sleepover time.
Yeah, sleepover.
Yeah.
And Danny said he had eaten a whole can of beans. I don't know. What type of parent gives their kid beans, or why is Danny eating beans? Like,
I ate a
whole can.
of beans. Just unsolicited. Like, he just walked in, I ate a whole can of beans.
No, well, we were getting
And
ready.
everybody's like,
we were ready to go to sleep, and
It
he
was
was
like
like,
midnight
he was like little farts, but they would smell. And then but we were laughing because we were little kids and farts are funny.
They're so funny.
So we start laughing, and it's like it starts getting to the point where like the girls are not having fun, but we think it's hilarious, and we're laughing hard. And my grandma comes, she's in the next room over, and she comes over and she starts yelling at us to be quiet.
Yo, but our grandma's like real Hispanic. She's real nice, but if she's one of those that like if she gets mad,
She'll
she gets
flip a switch.
mad.
Yeah, so it's like a whole different person. So she got mad, and she said that if we kept it up, she was gonna make us sleep in the garage with their Tahoe. Yeah. So she said if we didn't shut up, the next time she came out, we were gonna sleep in the Tahoe, or in the garage with the Tahoe, and we didn't want that because it's cold in there. And then Danny just fucking kept ripping them and ripping them.
Danny did the longest part too.
I know, he just for a whole minute, we were like, dude, what the fuck?
It was like that type of laughing where you have to put your hand over your mouth because you don't want to
like
laugh
in
hard.
school, you're like,
Yeah, you get in trouble for it.
And you can't even look at the person because you just start dying again automatically.
And it wasn't even fun because the room smelled like ass.
Yeah, we were fucking it was disgusting.
Oh, no.
But it was maybe 10 when our parents left. And we ended up staying up till 1 or some shit.
Yeah.
And my grandma never came out. I was pretty glad about that one. I didn't want to sleep in the garage with the Tahoe.
I remember it was 1 and then Danny's parents came back.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "You're awake, let's go." And we're like,
I remember that.
"You don't remember? No, your parents
Yeah,
took you."
yes,
I was all
yes.
upset because I was like, "Danny can't sleep over because his parents are mean."
Yeah, and then your dad took you guys back to your room.
I remember.
I don't
It was
remember.
just a
I don't
blur
remember if I went back.
Yeah, you
after
did.
12:30, I think it was just a blur. Or I just don't remember it.
Do you remember the first time we met? Bubba, me and you?
Yeah.
We stayed the night here. That was
was-
Oh, is that with
The one at the
Peppa's
golf club?
dad? What?
That was the golf club and Bubba's dad.
What golf club?
You don't remember it?
I forgot that was the same day.
Yeah, it was
when
all
my
the
dad
same
showed
night.
up.
That was all within 20 minutes of us knowing each other. I'd met you before, but actually knowing each other and being oh, that's Pippa. We were here at
My house.
Franny's house.
And my dad lived in the back of the house because it was like part 2 of the house, basically like a second house.
It's a DLC house.
It's a DLC.
It's on the back. It's on the back.
It's
It's expansion.
Expansion. We were back there. Franny, it was around the time that the DS was really popular.
The
And I
DS.
think
The DS Lite.
what Pokemon was out at the time? It was one of the first ones for the DS.
I mean, when I had the DS,
It was platinum, but we didn't have platinum.
yeah, no, I was playing. No,
Was it black and white?
No, that didn't
No,
come out
it
till
wasn't
way
black and
later.
white.
No, it was-
I remember playing Sapphire and Fire Red because it had the thing for
No, you're playing one of the ones for the DS.
I don't know, but I think I think you're thinking of the PS4 the
PSP.
the PSP. We were playing
No,
GTA.
no. You were playing the DS. I know that for sure.
No, but he wasn't playing Pokemon. He
Must not have been playing Pokemon then. I don't know.
You know what?
You play a lot of Pokemon.
Feel the Magic. That's what I was
I
playing.
remember that game.
So he's sitting on the bed
Game was weird.
playing the DS. I went into the restroom, and when I came out,
My dad, okay, so this was when the Wii was super popular, and everyone knows how the Wii was in 2009, and everyone had a Wii, and my dad was just like, yo, my kid loves the Wii, I'm gonna buy him the Wii Sport package, and the Wii Sport package,
Oh, that
It-
golf club.
it came with the styrofoam golf club, the tennis racket, the
It was like a
baseball bat.
foam. It was
Yeah,
like
they were all foam.
Yeah, they were all
No,
So-
not the baseball bat, that one was
No,
like,
that
foam
one was
was-
plastic.
that one was plastic, but the rest
golf
of them were
club was
foam.
foam.
so I'm coming out of the restroom. I come out of the restroom to Pepe swinging the golf club at me, and he hits me in my fucking dick. And I fall on the floor, and he's laughing. Franny's on the bed laughing, still playing the DS.
Yeah,
he's not off the DS.
Yeah.
He's still, he's just like,
I just
he's
turned my
looking
head.
at the DS.
Yeah.
He's kind of like laughing.
I turned my head
So
just to see it, and I was
Pepe
like, haha.
dropped the golf club. I grabbed it, hit him in the dick. So now we're both on the floor. Mind you, like I said, we've only known each other for about 10 to 20 minutes at the most.
Maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour. And we're both rolling on the floor, kind of laughing. Franny's on the bed laughing and just kind of like, you guys are fucking stupid. And I grabbed the golf club. He's minding his own business. He's not even a part of what's happening.
Yeah. Franny's on my dad's bed, so he's like chilling, laying down.
I crawl my way over. I take the golf club. Full arm extension. Swing it around all the way full circle.
I remember
and hit him.
I remember making eye contact with you.
Hit him in the dick. So now we're all rolling around, holding our dicks. And
just in pain.
In a lot of pain.
And then I forgot what really happens next, but I remember we were
it's
arguing.
kind of all a blur.
Yeah, we were arguing something, and then
we
Franny
all stood up, and it was like a Mexican Mexican standoff. We're all like facing each other in like a triangle formation, like one hand covering our dick, the other one like ready to slap somebody else's, and we're just sitting there like, oh no, and then we're like, all right, truce. And then we agreed nobody start something that
and then Franny was like no, and then like he pulled down his pants and started chasing us with his naked ass.
Yeah, I remember doing that was a little weird, but that did happen.
I remember doing that a lot.
And then we ran into your living room, and your mom was like, "What's going on?" And then you turned around, pointed your ass at her, and smacked it once. And we ran away, and she chased us back to your dad's room. And we closed the door on you, and you're like, guys, please, let me in. She's coming. Please, let me back in.
I remember that.
That was crazy. But yeah, the thing with your dad was that was all on the same night. The cross and all that shit.
Yeah.
Peeing in bottles.
We did do that in the Mountain Dew bottles.
I used to pee in bottles a lot as a kid. I don't know if like anyone else ever did it, but like I did a lot. Like as an adult, I don't do it anymore.
I never did.
Well, yeah, I hope not.
Danny?
No, I've never
peed in a bottle.
Yeah, no. You ever peed in a Coke bottle?
Just
like a Coke can?
Bottle.
No.
Let's get it.
Just the other day I was coming back from work. And
you peed in a bottle.
Yeah, I mean I had to, dude. It was either that or like.
Were you driving? You're like,
no. Yeah, you should have been like, you should have grabbed the wheel and just peed out the window. Hope for the best.
I had turned on the car and I was like, fuck, like there's like a Wendy's down the street. I'm not gonna make it. So I had like a Starbucks cup, and then I was just like, fuck, whatever, and I filled it like just like a little bit above the rim. Well, I mean, whatever, fuck you. And then I was just like, well, I don't want to leave this like in my car. Like, what if it spills? And I just look around, and I just kind of set it like on the asphalt, like where I was parked to, and it just backed up on left.
And some homeless guy came by and was like, ooh,
apple juice.
Someone left me tea.
So when I was younger, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but my family never really had a lot of money, so we couldn't even afford like the sprinklers that kids play in.
No,
we used to take the bottles and we punch a bunch of holes in them, and we like screw them onto the water hose, or like tape them on, and that was our sprinkler, and we'd fucking jump through it and shit, and it was a fucking good time.
Nah, our dads would get mad, wasting water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially my grandma.
The only time we could turn on the hose was like to drink from it.
Yeah, I mean,
hose water tastes different.
Hose water tastes different on a sunny day, and you're playing tag.
Hose water tastes different.
Whole water tastes different.
Whole water tastes
disgusting. Different. I don't want to taste whole water.
Why not?
Speaking of whole water, our next sponsor is Whole Water. Exactly what it sounds like. Use coupon code
The Risky Biscuits.
The Risky Biscuits. for Risky Biscuit hose for 50% off your first purchase of
a lot.
Ho Water.
It's a lot of.
Ho Water. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Alright, well, we're about to hit 1 hour.
We'll go until it hits an hour and then we'll say. say
real quick.
What?
Should we tell the Danny and the hamburger story?
No, we'll save that for later.
That's a good story.
That's gonna take some time.
Yeah,
so.
that at least will take a good 6 minutes because we still gotta say our part too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're getting ready to end it. So all I could say is if you made it this long,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks, and we hope that you enjoyed it for what it was. Just like I said, just us shooting the shit, talking about whatever.
Still don't get
This is
that
probably what it's gonna be. In all honesty, what it's gonna be every podcast. Hopefully, we figure some shit out, make it get a flow going.
Yeah.
And everything. If you made it this far, whatever we post it on, if there is a comment section, let us know what we could fix about it. Anything that you know, something we could fix.
The people shit.
If you want to call us assholes, I guess go ahead and do that. We'll most likely see it.
At least leave a like though.
Yeah, if you're gonna call us an asshole, at least leave a like. Yeah, that's all. You guys have anything?
In the comment section, write down.
Oh yeah, eggplant.
Eggplant.
Eggplant. And if you can't put an eggplant emoji, write eggplant in the comments, that whole phrase.
Eggplant in the comments.
That's it.
Yeah, this has been the Risky Biscuit Boys podcast episode 1. Hopefully we could do a 2 and hopefully more than that in the future. Bye.